and welcome to part 2 of Tobys' history lesson on one of the most devastating and most horrible events in the 1940s, the London Blitz. Of the most devastating bombings in Great Britain was on Coventry on the evening of the 14th of November 1940. Coventry was an industrial city of about 320,000 people and contained metalworkings, munition factories, etc. And because of this, Hitler wanted to annihilate it. He thought with Coventry destroyed, he would stand a better chance in invading Britain. The raid began on Coventry. It began on the night of the 14th of November 1940.
A noise on that night. It was just a faint rumblings to start with. And we knew, oh my God, this was going to be a bad one.
The raid was carried out by 515 German bombers. The attack was codenamed Mondschleilandsonat, which means in English, Moonlight Sonata. The raid was intended to destroy Coventry's factories and industrial infrastructure. The German bombers used marker flares at around 7:20 that evening to light up their targets. The first wave of bombs knocked out the water supplies, electricity, gas supplies.
Your eyes are shut tight. It's the most horrible, horrible thing. And your fingernails are digging into the palms of your hand because you know that within the next second or two you could be dead, and you're praying. Believe me, everybody prays.
At around 8 o'clock that evening, the Coventry Cathedral caught fire. Coventry's iconic building was burnt.
Hit the cathedral with their incendiary bombs. They were lucky to get it, I suppose, quickly, and that made us a great target for the bombers.
The raid went on until midnight that night. 5 hours. The raid went on for about 5 hours.
The screaming of the bombs, it seemed endless, endless. It was just one after the other, one after the other. Very little space between each explosion.
Bombing the crap out of Coventry.
The sky was just red, totally red. From the central part of Coventry, it was just blazing from end to end. To us, the world was on fire.
If the fighters ran out of bombs, they went back and got some more. Just kept coming and coming and coming.
The most terrifying part was bombs falling incessantly.
Coventry was utterly obliterated. Can you think about all those bombs? How many of those fighters can carry? Bomb after bomb after bomb.
You just felt, even as a child and not understanding, you felt you couldn't take much more.
Coventry was utterly destroyed. And it came to a close at midnight that night.
I couldn't hear my dad whistling anymore. We went into the front room of the house. Dad was wedged somewhere against the cabinet or something, and he just looked like he was been knocked out. He wasn't cut and bleeding or anything like that at all. He was just lying there, rubble all over him and everything. And after a while they took him away. He died.
And the all clear was sounded at 6:15 in the morning, on the 15th of November.
The raid finished about 7:30 in the morning, and it was just utter chaos. There was water running down the streets because all the water mains had broken. There was gas everywhere. There was ambulances all over the place. Everybody looking for people, the family.
It was disbelief. So much had been destroyed in such a short time. Just total destruction and despair. Everything was just finished.
In that one night, more than 4,000 homes were destroyed, along with 3/4 of the city's factories. Nearly every building was destroyed in Coventry, or even like damaged, not destroyed. Nearly every single one was damaged in some way. The raid destroyed 60,000 buildings, and over 1,000 people died.
At school they would call the register, but all the kids would call the names out, and sometimes there'd be a pause. Where's so-and-so? Oh, they're dead, miss. Their house was hit last night.
This was the worst. It was the worst air raid in the Blitz.
It's the most horrible, horrible thing, because you know that within the next second or two you could be dead.
And we knew, oh my God, this was going to be a bad one.
It seemed endless, endless. It was just one after the other, one after the other.
To us, the world was on fire. The most terrifying part was bombs falling incessantly. You just felt, even as a child, that not understanding, you felt you couldn't take much more.
He died.
So much had been destroyed in such a short time. Where's so-and-so? Oh, they're dead, miss. Their house was hit last night.
This was the worst. It was the worst air raid in the Blitz.
You felt you couldn't take much more.